Okay.
You'll do well. The Jim and Terry Show. Yes, we're still at it. The dark roast is fueling darker thoughts. The Jim and Terry Show. Two retired guys with a coffee and an axe to... No, I'm not. I didn't marry an axe murderer. Where did the axe come in?
I don't know where that came from,
Somebody
but I'm
wanted
the only one in this room.
Somebody wanted to axe the show, Jim, and I volunteered you first. We have gallows humor because the stuff we think about is pretty dark stuff, and if we didn't laugh, perhaps we would cry.
Yeah, you and me just went through 10 things, just off the top of our head that was promised by the administration down south and not delivered, but yet people say he did. For instance, they say he built the wall. But he didn't. He built 2 miles or something?
The big, beautiful wall. So you can Google this stuff for ones and twos who say, you guys are just picking on Trump all the time. Just Google it. One of the things I ask people that I know is when they say, Trump's a good president, he's done some really good stuff. Okay, name some policies. The one that comes out first is the wall.
And I don't know because it's the most evident one that wasn't accomplished. So I don't understand why that. See how weird this atmosphere is?
Yes.
That's the first thing that comes out, and it's blatantly provable that it didn't happen. It's just there. So I don't even know if it was 20 miles he built or 200. He did not build the wall, and the portion he built was mostly just refurnished, made strong, refurbished. And Mexico did not pay for it.
No.
Yeah, so again, the facts, if you really want facts, the Trump administration aligned with Elon Musk killed about 1 million people in Africa.
Yeah, USAID, we got that.
That's fact. That's information you can get. You can search if you want. And they had that food and that medicine rot. It just rotted away, as opposed to giving it to those wicked poor people in Africa that aren't white.
Those what? Asshole countries?
Yeah, those asshole countries. Yeah.
Okay.
So those things you can see, but somehow, because Trump can just manufacture another problem over here, I get kidded about being, like squirrel. I'll just move over that way. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, in this modern world, there's an awful lot of people just seeing the flash over at the right or over at the left, and they forget what you just went through. You're killing people in boats that you're saying are drug runners, but you don't know for sure. And yet now you want to take over Cuba because they shot down a plane in their airspace, which they warned don't come in our airspace.
29 years ago?
29 years ago. And now they want to arrest a 95-year-old leader, a retired leader. They want to arrest him so that they can raid the country and steal it.
No rest for the wicked.
Starve it. First they starve the country, black it out, make life miserable, and then Trump comes in like, oh no, a Messiah. That's how he comes in. Oh. We're coming to save them.
Well, he ride his golden statue.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Cuba. The thing that got me and why we have such an interesting time is because you are a person of faith, and I have still in my circle of friendships people of faith. But when they tell me things like Trump built the wall and they name it as a policy that they consider success, I keep on saying this phrase, and I said it to Stay Spiritual as well. Politics is applied spirituality. You can show me your faith by the policies you support. And if you support robbing from the poor, if you support taking medicine from the needy, if you support food programs, taking them away from school-age kids who go to school hungry and can't learn, if that's you and you are claiming to be a Christian, I have enough evidence to wonder who's going to be turned away at that discerning sheep and goats thing when they're going to say, but I did this and I did that. And yeah, you did that all right. You took from the poor. You stomped on their rights.
Well, I think it needs to be more personal. We all have to ask ourselves and confess even to ourselves where we may have gone wrong and faltered. So in relationship with politics and what people are saying, How can you not discern that you're literally blinding yourself to evidence? For instance, if you're a believer and you're Canadian, we know one thing. He says we're horrible people.
Yeah.
There's nothing Canada has that they need. We've sucked off their teat for 80 years or 200 years or as long as we've ever existed. That's that leader down there. And he has said, we're going to destroy you economically so that you will beg us to become
These are
the
his words.
51st state, out of his mouth and out of his ambassador's mouth.
Yes.
You know, the ambassador to
Pete
Canada
Hextra
from the
has
United
got to
States.
be one of the worst. Worst human. I suppose the guy's a nice guy if you got him for a beer or something like that. But as an ambassador, well, he does represent Trump, doesn't he?
Well,
he speaks like Trump.
He's actually
he
doing
sounds
his
like Trump.
job. He's doing his job.
He represents Trump.
Yeah, and his job is to ruffle our feathers. His job is to make Canadians doubt their sovereignty ability, their power, and everything else. We need to be willing to go through this as Canadians together, or you're just going to be subservient to a dictator south of us. Now, he may be able to conquer, that's up to God, and we'll all have his face on our money and his statues in our courtyards. That may happen. But I really hope our government puts up a real good fight to prevent that from happening.
There is an adage that says divide and conquer, and I'm thinking of the geographical location of Alberta. If there's one province that will go willingly to the slaughter, it is Alberta. And Danny
and
Smith
what
from the
foolish, you foolish human being. You really think you're going to be a citizen of the United States? No, you're backwoods. Just look at Puerto Rico. Just look at that. Just look at it. No relief for you. None.
Didn't they get paper towels after
They
the
got
hurricane?
paper towels thrown to them by the president, who basically was giving them his middle finger.
And Melania, to be fair, she didn't wear the jacket that said, "I don't care, do you?"
She only wore that to intern camps for children.
To the camps
I don't care to you.
detaining children at the border,
I mean,
separating families.
There's a wickedness in the air, and I'm sorry, you can feel it. Even people who aren't religious can feel it. There's a changing happening in the air, and I would think it goes all the way down to an antichrist called Donald J. Trump. I didn't say the.
No.
I said an antichrist.
You're hedging your bets. Come on, let your yay be yay and your nay be
Well,
yay.
I just don't know.
You know what
the
happens
truth.
to the lukewarm?
Yeah.
It's not good. I'll tell you that. I'll give away the surprise ending. So you got to claim it, name it, and claim it, Jim. Trump is the Antichrist. Yes or no?
Wake up, my brothers and sisters. Wake up. Now, it doesn't mean you have to pray for him, for Pete's sakes. Maybe that would help. Pray.
For Pete Hextra's sake?
For
Which Pete are you talking about?
I mean, pray for Trump. Pray.
I know you said for Pete's sake. I was just wondering.
For Pete's sake, yeah.
Which Pete you're talking about?
I don't know. You have to ask my dad.
Oh, yes, your dad and the stupid gas. I think he was right. I had a conversation with someone who spent shy of a decade in Long Island, New York, with her husband. So she's a Canadian. They're both Canadians. They moved to New York to work in an industry there, and that was where Long Island's not a poor place.
Yeah.
But she said the number of people who seem to be okay with either being toothless, the dental plan that it takes money to go to the dentist, or healthcare issues that could easily be corrected, and whether it's congenital things like a cleft palate. Do you see all those commercials on TV about medical care for the third world countries? Cleft palate is the number one. Easy to treat.
Yeah.
And she said the number of people who had physical ailments that were easy to treat. She's a nurse. She knows. And she says it's like they just don't care about each other.
Well, isn't that funny? And it's in the land that thinks of themselves so incredibly highly. The
best of the best.
The best of the best. That little country north of you called Canada. We'd rather be Canadian. I'd rather be Canadian. That's just right from the heart, not to put you down. I want to visit your country. I want everything to be fine again. I want to go to Florida again. I'd like to do that, go to a warm place.
Yeah.
Now it happens to be Mexico or some other place that's going to be receptive. And, you may worry a little bit about the crime, but at least they're not trying to take you over as a country.
Right.
And so I don't know I don't know what we can say to people to have them wake up to the fact that what you got down there is someone that is the polar opposite to a religious leader.
I'd say pay attention when your leading scholar on authoritarianism and Nazi history, Timothy Snyder, comes to U of T from Harvard.
Yeah.
I'd say pay attention to his reasons, because he's not shy on telling you he's concerned and he wanted to get out before. Do you remember Germany shut the doors in the before World War II? They closed off.
Yeah.
You couldn't get out.
Well, he's wise for that, because he can make a living here and he can have a good life. Very American.
So can doctors
type.
and nurses.
Yeah.
Come to Canada.
Yeah, come back. You're going to make less, but you're going to have health care and other things that balance that right out.
Quality of life.
Yeah, the quality of life.
The Jim and Terry Show, we're all about quality when we can manage to get it. Oh, well. Jim and Terry Show, signing off. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's complicated, this relationship I have with my morning coffee. It's from the way that I